Gojo is in big trouble. With the recent developments in the JJK manga, Maharaga has officially come out. Not only has Maharaga been summoned, but it looks as though he's already adapted to Infinite Void, which begs the question, what else has Maharaga already adapted to? This fight between Gojo and Sukuna has been going on for a while, and it seems as though Sukuna has been playing the long game. And with that being said, let's just jump right into the chapter. But before we start the review, I just want to say, if you enjoy the style of content and like the style of videos, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the channel grow. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and it'd be a major help if you guys can help me out in this goal. Without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So the chapter starts off with Yuta commenting and wondering why Gojo has a nosebleed, as we see these two rush into another domain expansion. And Yuji pretty much comments that they activated their domains at the same time. This is confirming that Sukuna can restore his own curse technique with curse energy, just like Gojo, which Angel confirms, which we pretty much all knew. And Kusakabe notes that Gojo is going to need to damage Sukuna to the point where he can't maintain his domain, which is basically what he did in your last chapter. I guess Kusakabe wants them to maintain the same strategy. And we get a couple of clean panels here of Gojo and Sukuna just trading blows and just how vicious this fight is truly getting within this domain. And as we see Gojo land some critical hits on Sukuna, we notice that the domain just shatters once again. And instead of backing down, these two are jumping right back into it simultaneously, right? But as they both go to activate their domains, something catches Yuta's attention, which Akari asks him what's going on. And Yuta says, just now, within that split second, it seems as though Gojo activated his domain first. And that split second was all Gojo needed, as he puts on the pressure, rushing down Sukuna, bombarding him with attacks. And not only that, but Gojo is going in to finish the job, when in a split second, we see the General Maharaga has been summoned by Sukuna. Now, Gojo is like, in his mind, he doesn't think that Maharaga has had enough time to adapt to Unlimited Void, because he just saw Maharaga. But what he doesn't know, which is something that we learned in the battle against Yorozu, is that anything that Sukuna has already been hit by, Maharaga can adapt to. We are in the end game of this fight, and so much is going on, so much is concerning. We don't know what to do. Gojo is visibly terrified as the thought of Maharaga already having adapted to Infinite Void. What else could Maharaga have adapted to? This chapter was absolutely insane. And now that we've gotten the breakdown out the way, let's just talk about my thoughts and my theories and my concerns on this next chapter. So now that we've gotten the bravado out the way, I will say that it is not looking good for Gojo. He really stands a chance of dying in this battle, because if Maharaga has already adapted to the techniques that Sukuna has had done to him, then we might be in for a shock. I don't know how purple is going to factor, but Sukuna has already been hit by blue. Sukuna has already been hit by red. I don't know if the purple that was launched in the beginning of the fight counts, but if it does, then there is like damn near no way Gojo can win. He would have to kill Sukuna first, and even then, it might be a draw. This chapter has been so hyped, and everything happening in JJK this week, with this break that's going on, I really think that JJ is going to shock all of us. So in the comments below, please give me your thoughts, questions, and concerns as to what you think is going to happen in this chapter or next chapter. My prediction, we might see Gojo be on the defensive a little bit. Now, with that being said, let's just calm down a little bit. So, here's what I think is going to happen next chapter. I feel like next chapter obviously is going to start off with Gojo on the defensive, as he's going to have to contend with Sukuna and Maharaga. If you want my honest opinion, I don't know how Gojo is going to win. Like, I really don't know what Gojo can do in this situation. So let's tackle the elephant in the room. A lot of people are speculating that Gojo could whip out a maximum technique, because we know right along with domain expansions and reverse curse technique, maximum techniques are the pinnacle of the Jujutsu society. I don't think that a maximum technique would be an ass for, because there's a lot of things in his clan that he knows that he just would never have a use for, right? Now, obviously, if he's saying that a six eyes user with Limitless and a 10 shadows user killed each other in the past, then surely it has to be with more than what we just saw from Gojo, because there's no way that that's the only way like Gojo loses. I feel like it has to be a tie, right? It would only make sense thematically, right? So a maximum technique could definitely balance that out. Now, other than a maximum technique, Gojo could use a binding vow to like increase his output or something like that, or maybe like a binding vow on Limitless that allows him to bypass Maharaga's adaptation. Now, I feel like a binding vow would be an ass pull, because like in what situation could a binding vow possibly help out Gojo in this situation? You know what I mean? So I just don't know. I don't know what you could do for like that. Now, a lot of people have been calling Sukuna a fraud, which I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's Kaio Breeze. Kaio Breeze has like started a lot of this like just joking on, making jokes about Yuta and making jokes about Sukuna. The Mickey Mouse duo is probably what he's calling right now. The frauds. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that he was gonna need Megumi's technique to fight Gojo up until he took Megumi's body. Then I'm like, okay, now it only makes sense, right? So I wasn't too upset about it. I kind of expected this to happen, and like. It just sucks though that Gege like has it so that Gojo is so strong he needs Megumi's technique. That does suck. A lot of people were hoping that Sukuna might have had like his own special ability, but it just doesn't seem like that's the case. You know what I mean? And to coincide with that, I guess Shrine is just literally just like implementing different types of slashes. That's probably what his technique is, which is kind of disappointing. But I mean, hey, I'm not too upset about it. You know what I mean? You know, as far as ways to take down Mahoraga doesn't even have a nose. He just has a mouth. So like, there's no way to like drown him or something like that. I'm trying to think of different ways that Gojo could probably like get him gone. If anything, he could probably erase him like he did Hanami, like when he just used his pressure from the Limitless and pushed him up against the wall until he like just obliterated. But my thing is, do you really think that Sukuna would let that happen? I really doubt that. You know what I mean? So it's just very difficult. I don't know. I'm just, even right now as I'm like writing and recording this video, I'm still speculating as to different ways that Gojo could possibly overcome, like, because my whole thing is, right, I don't think it's not impossible for Gojo to do it, but it's a 2-on-1. How is Gojo going to adapt or tackle a 2-on-1? I have no idea. You feel me? And I'm assuming a lot of you also have no idea. But man, I really do feel like Gege might have just wrote himself into, I wouldn't say wrote himself into a corner. I really just feel like Gege might have just fucked over Gojo. I'm gonna be real. Because how do you win this? I don't know how you win this in any possible way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? But I might come out with a theory video on that probably within like a week or two. Just throwing eggs at a nutshell. But if you have enjoyed this video so far, be sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the channel. I am very sorry that I haven't been uploading like every 2 or 3 days, and I have only been able to upload so often. But just thank you guys for being exactly who you are, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you in the next one.